Thek-talks. I'm back and I want to share with you something about obedience. Have you ever resisted obedience? I have. And I've experienced myself what it's like to feel in my heart not to do what God wants me to do, and I've resisted for a long time, and I understand what it feels like to be in that resistance place. But have you ever been the parent of a defiant child who is resisting obedience? Yes, I have 3 of them, in fact, okay? But I want to share with you a little story about my youngest son who had a birthday about a month ago, and he turned 6. And this little boy is all boy. You know, when I say all boy, I mean he loves anything that has wheels, okay? He loves trucks, trains, cars, you name it, he loves it. And I tell you what, when he was 2 years old, he could probably name you more things than I could ever think of. And I'm an adult. Like he knows what an excavator is, and I didn't even know what that was, what the name of it was, when he started watching Blippi, okay? But what I'm trying to say is I'm reminded of a time around his birthday of what he wanted. And he wanted, and you know what? He pretty much got everything he wanted, everything he could ask for and more. And I remember way before his birthday time, in fact, it was around Elijah's birthday, which was 6 months prior to Gabriel's birthday. And of course, we were talking about Elijah and his birthday. So of course that brought Gabriel to thinking about his birthday, which was 6 months in advance, okay? And I remember going to him, and he was in bed. He was just sitting there like this, looking at the ceiling, and he was really in deep thought. And I want to go like, wow, okay, he's really thinking about something. So I asked him, I said, Gabriel, what are you thinking about? And he said, my birthday. I said, your birthday? What are you thinking about? What makes you think that? That's a long way away. Oh, I'm just thinking about what I want. And I said, okay, what do you want? A Lamborghini. And at the time he was 5, and I was like, does he even know what a Lamborghini is? And I said, well, Gabriel, what is a Lamborghini? And he's told me all about it. He said a Lamborghini is an expensive car, Mom. And I'm like, well, yeah, you got that right. And I said, well, what else do you know about Lamborghinis? And he said, well, I know that it's super fast and it's super cool and it's super expensive. And you can get it either in red, yellow, green, or black. And I think I want either red or green. So funny, okay? Well, the speed thing is along, all right? He was always thinking about what he wanted for his birthday. Does he want a Lamborghini? Does he want Legos? Does he want Transformers? Does he want all these things? He keeps changing his mind of what he wants. And so the time came for his birthday to come. And his birthday, I was actually excited. I always get excited to celebrate the birthdays. I like to be creative. I like to make their cakes as best as I can, which is not anywhere near Pinterest perfect or maybe even picture worthy. I don't know, but I do like to be creative and cause a theme. I don't really give them gifts, but my gift to them is setting some balloons up and creating a special themed cake just for them. And that is my gift. That is my way of saying happy birthday and I love you. I don't necessarily want to get them their mentality about being too spoiled. Like, I want to spoil them with love, but I don't want them to be too spoiled with stuff. So that's why I do that. Okay, enough about that. Okay, so anyway, we were talking about his theme and everything and what he wanted. And so his birthday came, and I decorated it with some beautiful balloons. He loves the color blue like me. And I try to put some thought into it. I put some balloons up, and I made him his little cake, and it was I believe we did a number 6 kind of cake, and he picked out what flavor he wanted. Chocolate. I'm like, yeah, go chocolate, me too. And so, his relatives, gave him some gifts, and he pretty much got everything he wanted. He wanted bib overalls, which he got from my mom, and he did get a Lamborghini, but it was in Lego form, and it was green. And he did get a Transformer car, remote control car from my sister, and he got some clothes from his Mimi, and he got things that he didn't even ask for. He had the best little birthday that anybody could ever think or imagine. It went beyond to what he could ever think or imagine. And I'm happy for him, and we're celebrating him, and he's a happy little camper, and everyone's happy. And then I asked him to do something. I said, hey, I need you to go put away your clothes in your room. Can you go do that for me, please? Oh my goodness. It was like as if I was trying to pull teeth, right? And he had some resistance, and it just got me. It just kind of got me a little bit. Like, I'm going, son, you're resisting a little ask, a little favor from me, and I did all this for you, and you have everything you could ever ask or think and imagine. Oh, I was a little bit tiff, you know what I mean? I was just kind of going, really? And so I started preaching to him. I said, Gabriel, you got everything you could ever ask for, especially for your birthday, son. You are one blessed little boy. You got things that you didn't even ask for. You didn't even ask for such balloons and other little details that you didn't even think of, you didn't even ask for, and here you got it. And I named off all the things that he asked for and he got. And I said, and you're telling me no on this one little thing? On this one little thing? Are you serious, son? I said, man, come on. I'm your mother. You should show me a little bit courtesy and respect and love back by saying, okay, Mom, I'll do that for you. And so he's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And he went upstairs with a mopey, frowny face, and he went upstairs and he did do it. And then the Lord brought to my attention, he's like, you know what? You're getting a little taste of what I have to go through with you. And I was like, ooh. Okay. And he's like, Tekla, you are so blessed. You've got everything you could ever ask or think or imagine. And I have gone way and beyond what you could ever ask. And you forget, and you dismiss it sometimes. You're just so blessed that it's become like a neutral ground for you, similar to what Gabriel was experiencing. And I have asked you for one little favor, and that is to spread the message of my joy and my love to people. And here you are resisting. And I was like, oh, I was taken back by that. And I think about that sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit against the grain of how I feel when it comes to wanting to push out some content for YouTube or for whoever, I'm reminded of that time when Gabriel was resisting to obey his mom. And God said to me the other day, he's like, you know what? Just be obedient. But it'd be nice if you were obedient with some smile on your face, Because you know how it felt when your kids were doing what you asked them to do, but they still had a frown on their face and a little pout? Yeah, I'm grateful that they're doing it, but it'd be so much better if they did it with a smile and a happy attitude in their hearts and then even on their face. And he's like, that's what I'm asking for you too, to push aside what you want and how you feel and all that stuff, and do it with a smile on your face. So I was reminded about all that, and I was also reminded of a character in the Bible. Who else resisted obedience? And the first thing that came to my mind was Jonah. Jonah resisted obedience. He not just resisted it, he fled from being obedient. He tried to come up with excuses. He even validated it, saying, God, those people are evil. There's no good. It's just, I don't even want to go and deal with it. I don't know. It's like, I expect this and this and this to happen. I'm sure he's thinking in his mind, hey, they're so evil. I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna, be beheaded or something. I don't know. There was a lot of resistance in his mind. There's a lot of excuses in his mind, and a lot of validations and so-called loopholes of trying to get out of it. Okay, and so he it says in the story that he gave an excuse, and he even went on a boat journey in the opposite direction of where God wanted him to go. And here's the thing that I learned about that is for Jonah, for being disobedient, this is what I learned. Trying to completely disobey God is, of course, as you know, plain as day. You're disobeying God. Delaying obeying God is still disobedience. But the one thing that I've learned is if you obey God, even if you're doing it afraid, you're being obedient. But another thing that I learned from reading that and thinking and chewing on some things is, obedience will always lead you to freedom. And here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm chewing on. Obeying God will set you free from guilt. Obeying God will set you free. Okay? Obeying his command will set you free. But the power of that, the power behind that, with your obedience, when you link up with God, it's Jesus who influences the power of breaking that, like breaking the power of guilt and shame and any kind of pain when you obey. Okay, it's kind of like handing him over like something that needs to be broken, and then Jesus takes it from your hands and he breaks it. Okay, it's kind of like you entrusting God and he delivers. Okay, so the thing that you can learn from this is obedience will always bring freedom, and God will always be glorified. But it does also say, and I'm reminded of this, that God also loves a cheerful giver. He reminds me sometimes, be cheerful in your servanthood, and be cheerful in your giving, and be cheerful in obeying me, because you know how it feels when your son or daughter is in that uncheerful state of mind when they do something for you. So in light of all that, when we do obey, we're giving God glory. We are freeing ourselves up. And the third thing is, on the other side of our obedience, someone else is being freed up too. Because like in Jonah, when he obeyed God, when he finally surrendered and obeyed God, those people in Nineveh, I believe it was in Nineveh, they got freed up. They were able to hear the message and hear the word of God, and to receive it as well, and to be freed from the iniquities and anguish that their sin was creating and doing in their lives. So yes, I have that in mind, and I want to share that with you. I also want to share a little something in Psalms, and it's really, really sweet. Psalms 128, 1 and 2. Okay, and let me just read it real quick. Happy are those who respect the Lord and obey him. Verse 2, you will enjoy what you work for, and you will be blessed with good things. So you can hold on to that. And I hope that this has blessed you, and I hope that you have gained some little gold nuggets here about what it means to be an obedient child of God. All right, I'll see you next time here at Thek-talks.